Alright guys, this is going to be the first video you're seeing in this, so I'm going to do a quick walk around of the Suzuki that we're going to be working on. This video is going to be a little chopped up. I filmed it in like 15 different segments over like 4 days. It's also the first one that we're going to go through. So I'll start with a quick walk around there, the Suzuki that we're talking about. You guys can ask me any questions in the comments you have at it. We could take a quick look at it here. There is some work already done to it. So as far as what's already done, it's running a DrZ YJ leaf spring conversion kit. And then we're running 2.5 inch OME, or Old Man Emu, leaf springs, front and rear. On a set of 33 inch Nitto Terra Grappler tires. I really like them. I've had them on quite a few vehicles. They're not the most aggressive thing for off-road, but they're a good mix. The overall goal of this thing is to be able to run some BDX trails when we're done. So we want a tire that is capable. It's a little bit of a mess in here because it's been getting moved around as there's different projects going on. We have the low range off-road sport cage front and back. The only thing we have to do yet is we're gonna add 2 more bars to tie these points in down here. And then I think what we're gonna do is probably triangulate from here down to here with another piece just to lock that area in. We're working over here on the other side on a set of rock sliders that are gonna be integrated up into that rocker panel there. And a set of wheel arch flares. I've sized this opening that we're cutting out to fit a 37 inch tire. These axles that we've got are stock Suzuki Samurai axles, and I am going to truss them and put lunchbox like Spartan lockers in them. But if these things blow up or they get to be too expensive, ideally I'd like a set of Dana 60s out of an F250. You can pick them up cheap. I can build them really well, and they'd be perfectly fine on this. Now this is running the stock Suzuki 1.3 liter. There's not much to see with that. We do have a new carburetor to go on here. We're gonna run the stock air cleaner. This motor was rebuilt when I bought it. So other than some maintenance that needs to be done, there's not a whole lot I'm planning to do to this. I'm gonna try to run it the way it is. Probably talk about some motor swaps or something else to do later on to it. And then we are looking at some transfer case gears, but right now it's the end of January. I want to try to get this thing on the road and running sometime in early May. And then also from DrZ, I got a set of his front winch bumper and then a rear bumper as well with the receiver mount. So that one we're working on finishing up. We built the tire swing out. As you'll see in another video, we're working on cleaning up right now so we can get this painted. We got to build a mount yet and some other things, wrap that up. So that's going to do it for the walk around for today. It's going to cut right into the video. I'm going to be talking about rebuilding these drive shafts and what we had to do for that. And then we'll get another video up as soon as that's done. Just got done cleaning these drive shafts up. We're gonna have to press in these new Toyo universal joints in here, but first we got to get these grease fittings out, so we'll work on that tomorrow, because as you can see, that one's definitely seen some contact. Alright, so what we got going on is rebuilding these drive shafts. We're going to use the Toyo U-joints, but we're going to start by getting these old grease fittings out of here. So we're going to move them over to the vise table and get that taken care of. Done for the night. This is our finished product here. We'll let that dry, and then probably tomorrow we'll go press some new U-joints in there, and then we'll start mocking them up. We got to order some spacers to get them correct pinion angles with the new axle heights, so we'll get these U-joints pressed in, get them the rest of the way together, and then we can start figuring out what spacers we need. Alright, so we're going to take the U-joints over to Dan's house to press in. I don't have a press yet, working on getting one of them. So we'll get them loaded up, let's get them in the truck, and let's get them over there. POR 15, some amazing stuff, so can't wait to get these rebuilt, and then we'll have some spacers on the Suzuki.
I've actually never done U-joints, so you're gonna be teaching me today. So let's go over, Mike. What are we doing here?
Well, we're gonna press some new U-joints in. And try not to screw up the caps when we do it.
Is there anything special about the ones you bought?
These are just Toyo factory Suzuki, but they're HD replacements.
But greasable.
Yes.
So they still have the grease.
Actually, the factory Suzuki ones are greasable too.
Yeah.
But
so it's funny, on the Jeeps, on the 1310 Spicer joints, the upgrade is non-greasable because they're stronger without the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, but they have, I think the grease fitting is on the side on them, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not. No, it's definitely not on the end cap.
Yeah, these are on the end cap, so you don't lose any strength with them.
So how many? Is this just one joint at each end, or is this any of those fancy like double cardin?
Nope, these are just straight up normal drive shafts.
And does it matter where the grease port is?
Oh, let's hope not.
So what's the first step here now that you...
Well, let's get some sockets that fit these U-joints.
Oh, precision socket press tools. Okay. You want to... I can give you some calipers if you want to measure. All right. So it looks like either... What is it, Mike? An 18 mil or 11/16 is the sockets we're using.
Yeah, just something to fit through the hole like that so you can press on the cap.
As is the way we do it. The book would tell you you have to have a precision not hardened steel press tool.
Probably a Suzuki tool or something to do this.
Yeah, so if you want to do it that way, that's on you. We're gonna take a gamble today. Actually, if the socket explodes, I think we're doing something wrong to begin with here. Okay, so you put it in and the cap goes from the outside.
Yeah.
Somehow I've never blown any of these up. Which
There's
is
actually a
surprising.
C-clip channel on these the whole way around too.
Okay.
Which I don't know if every manufacturer does that or not.
No, they don't. Like some of mine have caps, some of mine have C-clips. So you press them both at the same time then?
Yeah. And you could, I guess, probably hold it, but this should push it right down in.
So we're on the last joint. What have we learned?
A lot.
Break it down for us here.
So the needle bearings kept falling out. We were having a lot of issues with that.
So was it just like one needle from each one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get cocked like this one's doing here. And then you have to fight with them a little bit to get them straight, and they make the needle bearings want to pop out.
So we were getting within like 60 thou, millimeter or so. It just wouldn't seat down, and you got to take them apart. The second time they go in, they seem like they go in well enough to not mess it up. Mike decided to do the longest shaft last here, so a little bit more of a balancing act. So you're still going together with this
I'm still
one?
going together with this one. Yeah.
So just checking to see if it rotates as it goes.
Yeah. Back up again.
A lot of feel involved in this. Success?
Yeah, let's just press that a little bit to make sure it's in. It was sloppy with some of my painting. Yes, so I made this job harder. Painting these after would have probably been a better idea.
So that's what I did on the XJ, but I didn't rebuild them. So I'm really nervous that when I do rebuild it, they're gonna be like, because they were rusted, and I cleaned the rust and painted them. I feel like I glued them in. So you're pressing that down with the clip in there?
Just to make sure it's seated.
Yeah.
Rather not lose a U-joint on trail, if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. That just goes right on top.
And then we got new seals to go in here, and new greasable fitting here, and then they'll be all done.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Any closing remarks?
No. Let's go in where it's warm.
Good deal.
All right, guys. Got the drive shafts, new U-joints in. I gotta pick up some new grease fittings for these. We'll put the boots on yet, on the slip yokes here. and then we'll be ready to mock them up and measure for some spacers for these guys. That's going to complete the video there for today. That'll be on another video. So don't forget to subscribe and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think.